This episode is brought to you by HP Plus. In a world full of smart devices, isn't it about time your printer got smart too? Now printing is smart with HP Plus, and the HP Smart app is how it all happens. You can print from your phone with just a tap, no matter where you are, even from your garage/home office/yoga studio. Huh, that is smart. HP Plus. Learn more about smart printing at hp.com/smart.
Hello, Hallmarkies. Welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. I am Cammie Clements, your host, also known as the Hooked Hardy. And today is a very special day. Not only am I speaking with one of the actors from that sweet movie from Saturday, Sweet Pecan Summer, it just happens to be a member of my family. Please welcome my sister-in-law, Shelly Townsend. Hey, Shell.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Oh, well, you know, family obligations and all that. All right. So this is going to be a new one for both of us because we've never done an interview together.
We have not.
No, this is
informally, but not formally.
No, it was informal last time. So yeah, this is going to be fun. So Hallmarkies, buckle up. All right. So first of all, Shelly, tell us a little bit about you, your journey, what inspired you to become an actor, where you got your start, all that. I know this stuff, but our listeners don't. So please indulge.
Okay, I will. So shortly after I graduated from college, I decided to get an agent. I was living in Utah at the time. And actually, through encouragement from my mother-in-law, your mom, who kind of pushed me over the edge, and my husband to encourage me to do it.
My brother is so pushy.
In a good way.
In a good way.
And I had always I had always thought, you know, I want to try and see if I can model. And I'm short, I'm 5'4", so we weren't talking like run or fashion modeling or high fashion modeling. And so I went and got an agent and started out doing print modeling and modeling for catalogs, and kind of hand in hand. If you don't know the industry or the business, when you're doing commercial print modeling, they also want to be able to submit you to like commercials and industrials, which are like in-house videos for companies. And so that's kind of where I got started. And then we've moved a ton since then. And every time we've moved, I've gotten a new agent and really only tried to hit TV and film more diligently and with more purpose when we moved out here on the East Coast, because we're not too far from Atlanta. And those of you who know TV and film, there's a lot going on in Atlanta. So that's kind of my journey in a nutshell. So it's been over 25 years.
That's a journey.
It's a journey.
So your breakout role into Hallmark was Love, Fall in Order.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about how the experience differed from Love, Fall in Order to Sweet Pecan Summer, because I know that there were different directors and same location, correct? It was they were both in Utah, but just so tell us a little bit about the contrast between the two sets.
Well, first of all, the very obvious one is that Love, Fall in Order was shot not during a pandemic, and Sweet Pecan Summer was. So, so as SAG rules, which is the Screen Actors Guild rules governing productions now, we have to be tested every few days. So our weekends were Saturday and Sunday, and we got tested every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay. So that's probably the biggest difference. Mm-hmm. The other difference is that in Love, Fall in Order, I was what's called a day player. So I was only on set one day. And when I finished my scene, which it wasn't a full day, when I finished my scene, I was done. With Sweet Pecan Summer, I had a bigger role. And so I was in Utah a little bit longer and stuck around set a little bit longer.
Which is fun.
Yes. Yeah. It is fun. Got to know the actors better, right? Because we spent more time together.
Right.
And as far as directors go, I mean, they were both wonderful. Claire is, as you know, as you know, who directed Love, Fallen Order, is the wife of our good friend McLean Nelson. And
you've heard me talk about him before, Hallmarkies. We've known each other all our lives, and so Shelley got married into that.
That's right. And they've been on the Hallmark circuit, actually, both of them directing quite a few movies. In fact, McLean is doing one right now, I believe, or prepping.
Yeah, they just started filming today.
Yes.
They just started filming today. It's a Christmas movie, and for those of you who saw Love for Real, he directed that one with Corbin Bleu and Scott Michael Foster and Chloe Bridges. So that's his latest. That's his latest scene project on Hallmark.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So, but Dustin Reichert was awesome. An awesome director. Very positive. Very positive and super. There was another actor that was asking him a little bit about how to get in with Hallmark and get your scripts maybe Hallmark approved. And so he was very helpful in giving out whatever advice he wanted and extended the invitation for any of us to reach out to him if we ever needed to for any reason. So yeah.
Sweet. Always nice to hear that the on-set experiences are good ones. Yes. Always nice to hear.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'd like to take a second and thank our sponsor for this episode of the podcast.
Terry Ferris, author of You Belong With Me and Until I Met You, returns readers to the charming town of Heritage, Michigan in the Restoring Heritage series finale.
Fans have enjoyed immersing themselves in the complicated, funny, and endearing lives of this small town.
In Since You've Been Gone, Ferris offers another romantic tale where sparks fly when two people at odds in the past must learn to trust each other to ensure a better future.
Not only do you get one great romance in Since You've Been Gone, but it also has a sweet secondary relationship, which includes themes of faith, forgiveness, and love.
Pick up Since You've Been Gone wherever you purchase your books or use our affiliate link.
For more information on the Restoring Heritage series, visit https://terryferris.com/books.
That's www.terryferris.com/books.
This is only going to be funny to people who know our family, but you got to tell the story of the Easter egg in Love, Fallen Order.
Yes. Easter egg in Love, Fallen Order. So when I filmed my scene, and if you recall, it was in what was supposed to be a coffee shop, was actually
the cafe
in real life, right? A chocolate shop in downtown Provo, Utah. But we live in a small town, like all Hallmark movies, right?
All Hallmark movies.
That's right.
Well, the second half of all Hallmark movies, right? They always start in the big cities.
That's right. But I was a resident of the small town, and in that small town, everybody knew everyone. So as I'm talking to Erin, well, that wasn't her name in the movie, but
it's fine.
As I was talking to her, there is a point in the scene where one of my fellow townsfolk walks in, and I'm supposed to greet them and say, "Hey." And McLean, who was also there with Claire,
just happened to be on set that day.
that day. I think he was producing that.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. And so he said, what I want you to do is I want you to say, "Hey, Brett." And Brett is my husband's name. So that was a little nod and a little wave to him, to Brett.
So all of us watching just had a little giggle when she said, "Oh, hey, Brett."
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't some people even ask you, was Brett on set? Did he have a role? No, it's just for fun. It's just a joke.
I don't know. I don't
Asked?
recall, but you probably recall better than I.
I'm almost certain that some people
Okay.
said, did he go to set with you? Like, no, it's just a joke.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about playing Christine Coe's mother? Had you ever met her before?
No, I have not met her before.
Okay, so what was your favorite part about playing her mom?
You know what's so funny is that in my personal life, if I were to say what makes Shelley Shelley, right?
Yes.
One of the major factors is that I am a mother. And it comes very naturally to me, and I feel a lot of empathy, and it's very easy to tap into those mother-like feelings. And
She has 3 beautiful girls, by the way.
you have 3 girls, and one of which will actually be in a Hallmark movie later around Christmas time.
Right.
So I've always just wanted to play a mom, to be able to like tap into that wealth of feelings and emotions and everything that I have just by experience. And I really felt that, especially in the scene where we are sitting across from each other and we're having the dinner, and I ask her how she's doing. I mean, it was very easy to just feel like, I was actually her mom. So
Yeah, you probably didn't even have to look at the script for that one. Now, Wes Brown is a huge favorite here on the podcast. We've talked to him several times. He's an awesome person by all accounts. What was your favorite part about working with him? Because as you know, he's one of the hunks of Hallmark. So give us a little inside information on what Wes was like in real life.
What's so funny is that I actually only had one shooting day with Wes, and that was the day, or that was the scene where, as a family, we show up at the farm,
right?
And
the reunion.
And so, just a little BTS on that one. I had not met him before we started that scene, so my first introduction was giving him a hug and being like, oh, it's so good to see your face. Like, I haven't seen you in so long, or I recognize your face. And I just had to chuckle to myself, because as actors, we're acting, right? That's right.
That is funny. That is funny. Did you get a chance to get to know him at all beyond that, or?
Very briefly. After we cut and finished that scene, we had just a few minutes to chat, and he talked about how the story was his wife's story, and his wife is Amanda, and how this was their story.
About that. Yeah.
But I thought about taking a picture and sending it to you. The time didn't work out.
She thought of me even when she was on set.
I did think of you.
That's family. Well, you've only known me since I was 8, so
Right.
Been a long time.
And what? I won't say how many years, because you may not want to reveal your age, but it's been a long time.
They know. 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody knows. Okay, what was your favorite scene out of the ones that you did? I'm a personal favorite of pajamas, because I love seeing you in jammies.
Yes. No, that was by far my favorite scene.
Tell us about why.
Just being able to work with Lauren Tom. She is the most delightful person. She is adorable. And a lot of fun to be around on set. And honestly, because I felt like the scene was a little bit longer, so it's always fun to dig in a little bit deeper. And it was just fun. The director wanted us to have fun with that scene, and so it's fun to be given that freedom.
Yeah, that scene made me giggle all over the place.
Yeah.
Any other BTS stuff that just is too good to hide?
So actually, when I auditioned for this, and for those of you who don't know, auditioning has taken on a new protocol, I
Format?
guess. Yes, a new format. So very often, first auditions at least are self-taped, which means I find a place in my home with the blank wall and set up my lighting and my camera and self-tape my audition and then submit it digitally. So when I got the audition for this movie, I actually originally auditioned for the role of Jackie. And
Oh,
yes, the boss. And so I was actually in Utah at the time, because my daughter was filming her movie.
right.
And so a funny thing about me, so we stayed in an Airbnb, but I look through pictures of where I'm going to stay to figure out lighting, to figure out where the windows are, to figure out where there are blank walls, so that I know I have sort of a strategy, because like in an average week, I might get 2 to 3 auditions a week. So I have to be prepared.
Yeah.
And so for this particular audition, there was another actor on, well, it was called Christmas at the Madison. It's now being called Sister Swap,
Mm-hmm.
a hometown Christmas, I believe, or Sister Swap Christmas in the City. So they've changed the titles. But there was another actor on that set that was playing my daughter, Landry, that was playing her dad.
Okay.
And right. So we were on set one day and I was looking over my script, trying to memorize it. And he was looking at something, and we figured out we got auditions for the same movie, which was Sweet Pecan Summer. And so I was like, oh, hey, like we should help each other out, help each other tape, because it always helps to have another actor on the other side, right? Reading the opposite lines.
Oh, yeah.
And that actor is Jay Hunter, by the way. And so we filmed those scenes. He auditioned for the role of Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through and did my audition for Jackie. And then just a few days later, I got another email from my agent, and they said, it has been determined that the lead character will be Asian and she needs an Asian family. So we need you to audition for Carol now. And so I did actually audition for Carol, probably about 7 pages of audition script that I had to memorize in a couple days, and got that in and ended up with the role of Kay. So
wow. I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
So I just learned something new, everybody.
Yes. Yeah. I haven't talked to you about it. That's fine.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance. Oh my goodness. What is your favorite message of the movie? Because Hallmark movies are famous for messages. What's your favorite message of this movie?
I would say probably following your heart, because so many times in our lives, I think we have a list of what we should and shouldn't do. And we may feel guilt or be compelled to go a certain way. And sometimes we have to be creative and think out of the box. And that can be very freeing. So.
Absolutely. All right. Well, this last little part is kind of a fun teen beat question. So let's get to know Shelly a little bit more.
Okay. Are these rapid fire, or do I have time to
have to do it rapid fire? But I guess that's the general format. But you take as much time as you need.
Okay.
Best ice cream flavor?
Absolutely my all-time favorite, Baskin Robbins strawberry shortcake.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Favorite color?
I would say this, or like anything in the purple family.
Well, Lydia loves you even more now.
Yeah. That's a girl color, I know.
All of you out there, you know that Lydia adores purple. And if you didn't, you do now. She just lives for anything purple.
Yeah.
What music are you listening to currently? What's your favorite music right now?
You know what's so funny about me is that, so our family just got a family Spotify account.
Oh, you did?
And yes. And
Okay.
everybody, I was like, oh, okay, I guess there's like 6 slots, right? 6 slots on the family plan.
Okay.
This is how much I know about Spotify. And everybody's doing these playlists. And I was like, what do I want on my playlist? So something funny about me is that when I drive in the car, I actually like it quiet. I actually don't listen to a whole lot of music. I like to kind of be alone with my thoughts. And I don't know when I started that, but if I were to choose a playlist, it would probably be an 80s playlist.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The 80s pulled out some really good music.
Yes. Although sometimes I hear it now and I'm like, oh, that sounds so overproduced, but it's what I know. It's what I grew up with.
It's the artist in you. Yeah, all of that lighting talk, everybody. Little spoiler, she's a photographer as well. She took all of my wedding photos and they are fantastic. And so she is really good at her lighting and she knows what she's talking about. So the artist in her covers a lot of bases.
Thank you. Yes. And I currently take my own headshots and Landry's headshots as well.
Of course you do.
Well, I mean, I've tried to have other photographers take my headshots and I just am so particular. I know what type of lighting I like. I know the way that the best side of my face, angles and everything else. So I set up the lighting and I've trained Landry to take them for me. So.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
All right. It's poll time. All Hallmarkies who say next time she visits, have her take your headshot. Say aye. Okay, both cameras. I am in need of a new headshot, so yeah. We will see. What is your go-to date night food? When Brett takes you out, what's your favorite food to go and get?
The first thing that came to mind was sushi.
Of course.
You
love sushi.
All those fancy ones where they like bread them and fry them and they're just so good.
What is your go-to date night activity? If Brett says, what do you want to do tonight? What do you say? Oh, honey, can we please go do this?
Well, our go-to might not be, oh, honey, can we please do this? Because we do it a lot. But I'll tell you what our go-to is that we do a lot is that we like to go to the movies. We both enjoy watching movies and we have an AMC pass.
Oh, so, there you go.
Yes. The practical side of me is like, oh, we have to go get you set of that pass. So thankfully there are more good new movies coming out.
Very true, because if there weren't, that would be a shameful waste of money.
Well, that's right. I mean, we were a little desperate during COVID. Like we went and saw Karate Kid in the theater because it was playing again. And so,
well, hey, I mean, if there's one to go and see again, it's that one.
It's pretty funny though to watch it again and be like, oh, this is funny. This is a funny movie. A little bit cheesy, but a lot of things were in the 80s.
Of course. So I've said this before, everybody, but just a little backstory. She says that they're both very into movies, and let me tell you, it is true 100%. I grew up watching all 3 Star Wars movies every other day because I would come into the room and one of my brothers would be watching Star Wars, and I was watching Batman with Michael Keaton by the time I was 5. You know, they were all about movies, and so I got quite a bit of movie exposure at a very young age. It's probably why I enjoy them so much now. So it's all his fault. He started it. All right. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Dogs. All right. I don't think I knew that. So,
Yeah.
Good to know. Now, this is a tough one because I know you love both. Beaches or mountains?
Oh, beaches. We have this discussion at our house.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because my husband loves the mountains, but growing up in Los Angeles, like, you can't take the beach out of me. Beach.
No. Okay, fair. But I know that you love mountains, so I had to wonder. All right, formal dress or sweatpants?
Formal. I'm sorry, not formal. Sweatpants. If it was acceptable to wear sweatpants everywhere for every event, that's what I would be in. I am all about the comfort.
And she looks good in anything. So, all right. Favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday? I'd have to say Christmas.
Of course you do.
I know that's so cliche, but memories and decorations and food and just the warm, fuzzy feeling. It's gotta be my favorite.
Nobody does Christmas like the Townsend family. You know?
That's right. Everybody, you have to open one present at a time. Everybody has to watch the one person opening the present. So when they're little, it would take hours.
Yes, well, that's the point, because if it's all over in 20 minutes, then okay. All right. And favorite Hallmark movie or rom-com? Or you can say one of each if you've got a Hallmark movie in mind.
I'd have to say Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, I still have not seen that one. So.
Oh my goodness. Really?
4 little children.
Oh. Can I just say the wedding scene? That's all I have to say. The wedding scene. Like tears. You need to watch it.
Okay.
Yes.
Duly noted.
I can't believe you haven't seen it. Okay.
Haven't had a chance. I'm sorry. I've heard rave reviews about it, and now from you. So I want to see it. I just haven't had a chance yet. All right. Well, thank you so much, Shelley, for coming and telling us all about your wonderful experience on Sweet Pecan Summer. If you haven't watched it yet, Hallmarkies, it's such a sweet movie about family coming together through ingenuity and the fighting spirit of family. It's fantastic. So, Shelley, where can people find you on social media so they can hear all about your upcoming jobs?
Well, my Instagram is Shell, SHEL_town, TOWN.
She likes to do the whole hip thing, you know.
Well, it's not that uncommon of a name, so I had to find, a username that wasn't already taken.
Right. No, absolutely. All right. And you can find me not only here at the podcast, but also on Instagram and Twitter at Cami Drama Girl, and also on the podcast's Hardy's Hotline and Deliver Me a Podcast. And thanks so much for tuning in today. And we would love to hear from you. So if you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. And if you're listening on iTunes, please leave your ratings and reviews. Don't forget that we have our Patreon, which has some great events, watch-alongs with the cast of the movies, and it's so much fun. And it's also very cheap. You can get a cup of hot chocolate for the amount, and it's only once a month. And don't forget our merch store, and look for us on social media at Hallmarkies Pod and Hallmarkies Podcast. And on that note, we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, Shelley.